I'm making this video because I wanted to share with you a horrific experience I just suffered this week. Apparently, I had dehydrated myself to a point where I was needed to go to the hospital. In fact, I thought I was having a heart attack, and it had been going on for a while. And I thought it was other things that were causing me to feel uh, waking up in the morning with dry mouth, during the night going to the bathroom frequently. I thought it was, old age getting to me. Uh, I had skin rashes. I thought it was due to stress, what they call hives, because you have stress, you have hives. It never occurred to me that I was mummifying myself with too much salt in my diet. And I'm going to share with you the horrible error that I made trying to lose weight. I did lose 40 pounds, and I'm not against the diet. What I'm against is the mistake I made. And the mistake was not looking about how much salt was in my diet. And I'm going to share with you how I started to hydrate myself, or dehydrate myself rather, and what the problem was. I start breakfast with bacon and eggs, and then I use this mix called adobo, which is salt, pepper, and various other ingredients. And I made an egg omelet with the bacon, coconut oil, the adobo mix, bacon, and a slice of Swiss cheese. That was my breakfast, all protein. So I'm following a low carbohydrate diet, and I was losing weight. But I noticed that I was starting to have dry mouth. I started having skin rashes that the doctor said was edema. And I thought it was stress, what they call hives, and so I took it for granted that I has dry skin, and what was going on. For lunch, I was having every day. What I had told you guys to get was these pork rinds, and also pork rinds are a great product, 100% carbohydrate free, no carbohydrates in this. In fact, this was recommended in the Zone diet and Dr. Atkins diet, so I was following it. And also to go along with it, I was having pepperoni. I was having a quarter of this pepperoni every day with two slices of Swiss cheese and the pork rinds, and that was basically my lunch now for months and months. Yesterday, I woke up and I didn't feel well. I really felt terrible. And all of a sudden, I started sweating profusely. And I went downstairs to get a cup of coffee, and I just couldn't get through it. And then I went to lay down. I started spinning, and I sweated more. So I said, "You better force yourself to get in the shower, try to cool down, and try to get control of your body." I go up there. I'm in the shower. I was almost out. So I started groaning, trying to force my body to fight this, whatever what was going on, which I came to think I must be having a heart attack. Because heart attacks necessarily don't mean you have chest pain or arm pain. I was sweating profusely, and that's one of the telltale signs of heart attack. So my wife heard me groaning, and she thought I was singing at first. She comes upstairs, and I said, "We got to go to the hospital." So she tries to dial 911, doesn't know how to do it. She's stressed out. I shower, I get out of the shower, I get dressed, I dry up, and I took 3 aspirins right away, thinking, I have a heart attack going on here. She can't call the ambulance. I said, "Look, I don't feel that I'm going to die this minute, but let's get out of here because by the time the ambulance comes, we'll be at the hospital." She couldn't drive. She was so stressed. I drove to the hospital. We get on the road. What happens? Uh, the road to the hospital is totally blocked. I mean, you could see as far as the eye can see. You couldn't go forward. I turned around, went the other way, went around the town, went up the road, around the thing. I get to the hospital. I go in, and I have the good fortune that it was empty. It was Vassar Hospital in Poughkeepsie, New York. Wonderful institution, wonderful service. The minute I walked in, I was rushed right in, and they started, working on me and everything. And they took X-rays of me, the pulse, the everything. They put an IV. They went through the whole process, and the doctor said, I think you're dehydrated. And they started giving me more IV, and I started feeling a little better, but I was still nauseous and everything. And then after a couple of hours, they sent me home. I called a friend of mine that what had happened, and he said, the same thing happened to me. I had arrived. He told me he had arrived in Las Vegas, and the heat got to him, and he started feeling dizzy. And at the airport, they gave him Gatorade. So after telling me that, I went and bought some Gatorade. But let me tell you, I was mummifying myself with this diet. The content of salt I'm going to read to you is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Pork rinds, 10% salt. It says here it has 230 milligrams of salt, and there's 6 servings. So that means over 1,000 milligrams of salt in this one product. Of course, this is salt. This has 350 milligrams of salt, which is 15%. And let's see how many servings there. It contains 794 servings in this thing here. The bacon. Bacon contains 11% sodium, 260 milligrams for, it says here, serving size 1 skillet cooked slice. So 1 slice is 260. So you have 2 slices is 520. Would you believe that? So here I am, having bacon. On top of that, I have cheese. On top of that, I put the adobo product all together. So I must have been giving myself 1,000 or 1,500 milligrams of salt just for breakfast. Then in the afternoon, I will have the pork rinds, the pepperoni, the cheese, and I'm thinking I'm drinking plenty of fluids during the day, but at night I'm waking up in the middle of the night, restless sleeping, and I just felt very dry in the mouth, and I'm thinking it might be the vitamins I'm taking and things like that. So it came to be that I was what I found out is basically mummifying myself by having so much salt intake, and I almost caused myself to have a heart attack or die, lose my consciousness, the electrolytes in my body. So a word to the wise, all this stuff, you have to read the labels. You want to lose weight? I lost weight, but I could have lost my life. So cautionary tale to you all. Salt can be deadly. We'll see you on the next video. Please post, please share. Especially if you're a senior citizen or past your 40s, you have to be aware that salt can be deadly. You know that sailors say water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink, because you can't drink salt water. I just got today a supply of Gatorade, and I'm going to be drinking that to slowly get my body back. I could have damaged my kidneys. I could have had a lot of issues that I was not aware of in the effort to lose weight. And that's another good point to bring up. Health is more important than looks. Health is more important than weight. Your health is where you're going to go to die at a very old age. So be healthy. Don't do what I did. Don't make my mistake. See you on the next video. Please share. Please subscribe. Put the word out. let people know that there's danger lurking in the salt. Bye bye.